kind of an interesting place to have this room.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
Yeah, let's hear what you're going to say.
Like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be.
Because part of me wants to get to the end of the whole, like, oh hey,
until so much more than forever ago.
You've let me go over this whole thing, as far as me just rambling on forever, and you didn't skip it. And why am I doing this? Do I feel bad for him?
At which time everything
or
all at once, so, now you
is it because I just like, oh, you know what, maybe there's a trophy that's here, and I don't want to have to do this again.
No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime.
It can't be.
It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story and the
Historia
choices
is
are what
historias.
have you, and therefore,
Okay, well,
by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we
até
all
a
until
fim
the
do
end
tempo.
of time, at which time everything all at
Tempo,
once.
tudo
So,
as
now you
coisas.
see, blah, 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 blah,
Blá,
blah,
blá,
blah,
blá, blá,
blah,
blá,
blah,
blá, blá,
blah,
blá,
blah,
blá,
blah.
blá, blá,
We've
blá.
eaten too much and it can't be
Comemos
just yet. No,
muito.
no, until
Não. Até
245.
duas,
But the logic of elimination works backwards. The deduction, therefore, becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until
10 mil
yesterday,
anos,
here
até
and there,
ontem.
forward and back, and
Aqui e
never a moment
lá,
before lunchtime.
para frente e
Can't
atrás.
be. It's
Não
the
pode.
only thing there is. How many billions left
I
until
try to do
so
it in
much more than
Portuguese,
forever
and
ago?
I can't
Which is
translate that
why I
fast in my head.
say the
Alright, skip that crap.
Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
Yeah,
of
bullcrap.
course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need
We're
a
gonna make me
description
skip
of
you
it,
again,
but
bro?
if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
No,
Look,
that was
I'll
not a
outline it
manifesto.
for you very briefly,
Manifesto
and you
of
can tell me what you
nonsense.
think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were,
Exactly.
or will be at the time
Okay.
of having made said choice.
Sure.
That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet
You're gonna make me
timeless
skip you
thought?
again, bro.
Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That
Kevin,
you are both
I
making
think you are
choices
overthinking
and
this.
not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But
So
wouldn't
if
you
we do
say
it
that
again.
manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will.
Ambitious
See,
history.
now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look.
We have
I
been
have a
here all
method
day.
for exactly this sort of situation. And I do find myself in this
Yes.
situation frequently.
I imagine
I'm going
why.
to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I
Okay.
become sick of one or the other. In
Oh,
which case, the
do it.
word I am not sick of shall be the victor.
Oh,
It is an
great
unimpeachable strategy, Stanley.
strategy.
It's rescued
Great
me from
strategy.
disaster in countless
Go ahead, let her rip,
situations.
Kevin.
All right,
Here you go. On you go, Kevin.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
What is this?
manifesto. Treatise,
I love the
manifesto.
subtitle. Treatise.
Treatise,
Manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
Manifesto.
Treatise,
Manifesto.
manifesto.
Treatise.
Treatise, manifesto.
Manifesto.
Treatise,
Manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
Manifesto.
Treatise,
What's the
manifesto.
man?
Treatise, manifesto.
Manifesto.
Treatise,
Manifesto.
Treatise,
Manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
OTSEFIMNM.
Manifesto.
Man.
Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise.
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 Manifesto.
Treat this.
Manifesto.
Treat
Manifesto.
history.
Manifesto.
Treatise.
Manifesto.
History.
Manifesto.
Treatise.
Manifesto.
Treat this.
Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto.
Oh wow,
Treatise.
there's still somebody else watching this.
Treatise.
All right,
Manifesto.
moving on.
Treatise. Manifesto. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that's the
2
power
times
of
in a
the
row.
button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making.
That would be really cool if all the clocks actually said roll one time based off what I just put in.
After seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation.
You're going to skip me again, my guy.
That's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused.
Treat this. Manifesto.
Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond
my wife
redemption.
would really not like
change,
this part.
And you may become more, so much
Why
more than
she
you
wouldn't
were
like this
before.
part?
If there is any
Because
message
this
to be
guy
taken from the Stanley Parable
will
Ultra
not
Deluxe,
shut up.
it is this. What a fortune.
Don't get me wrong, Kevin. I like you.
To
I like you, man.
had such an
Even though you were
experience,
super passive aggressive
that
sometimes.
as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future.
So what are you going to repeat this
now,
time around?
Stanley, that's a review.
That is a review.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's the perfect review.
It's the perfect
It's the
review
I've always dreamed of receiving.
Oh, really?
Well, I have to read it again.
Read it again.
It's simply too wonderful.
It's too wonderful.
I have to experience this just one more time.
Do it again.
From the ashes of depravity
rises
the
ashes.
phoenix of quality.
Yes.
How else to describe the Stanley Parable
How would
Ultra
you?
Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this.
What is it?
What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect.
Say it again.
It's the perfect review.
Well, one more time for the people in the back.
I've always dreamed of receiving.
Come on. Run it back.
Well, I have to read it again.
There you go. There you go. One more time for the people in the back.
Experience this just
one more time. One more time.
From the ashes of depravity.
From the ashes.
The phoenix of quality.
The phoenix of quality.
How
describe Ultra Deluxe?
Such a revolutionary step
of
one of the most beloved
video game properties of all time.
And changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the
annals. I'm just gonna mess that one up.
No mistakes are forever etched in stone.
No, they're not.
The stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been
transmuted,
offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment.
Ooh.
You are not beyond redemption.
All you haters out there, you know
may
it is.
Change, and you
But
may
you can
become
change.
more, so
You
much
become more,
than you
so
were
much more before.
If there is any
Preach.
message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
What
it
is
is
it?
this.
What is it?
What a fortune.
What a
privilege.
fortune and
The
a
joy
privilege
is
and
to
a
have
joy
had
to have
such
such an
It
experience.
leaves me hopeful
It leaves
that as a community, as a
hopeful
world,
for
there
the
is time for
world.
us to become our
That it's
greatest
time
selves,
for us to become
as
our
great as
greatest
we ever
selves,
could
as
dream
great
of in
as
our
we ever could
wildest,
dream in
most
our wildest dreams, most ambitious visions for a brighter future.
Wow. Now,
That
Stanley,
is a review.
It's
It's
perfect. It's
perfect.
the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving.
All right. Now that we got that out of our system.
It's simply too wonderful.
Skip.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
I got no door no more.
Unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
There was a door here.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we
have
gotten into
Only
the room
a few
in the
minutes
first
have passed
place?
by.
I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere?
No,
a porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I swear there was.
It was.
Where did it go?
Where'd it go?
Can you maybe just ram your way through?
Yeah, frick yeah, let's go. I'm Juggernaut, baby.
Possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave?
I've heard you say a lot of
any option at all.
smartly stupid things.
I'm asking you to work with me here.
That was dumb.
We need a door.
Can you ram yourself? Do I look like Juggernaut, my guy?
Any kind of door.
Do I look like Bane?
From one room
Do I look like
I'm going to step
Hulk?
away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please.
Do not press
the skip button.
Wouldn't even think about it.
Wait here for me.
Waiting.
And don't press the skip
Not
button.
pressing the button.
Got it?
Got it.
Good.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
All right. Cool. Now that you ran out of things to read on repeat, as far as the rambling, the awesome review, and the redemptive arc for bad reviewers, you finally ran out of things to say. And you know what? I am grateful, because you've probably gone through a couple good scripts and then you just ran out of things to say on repeat. So, with what I'm going to do now is I am going to Shaquille O'Neal slap this thing we call the skip button. Skip! Oh, wait. Sorry. Now skip.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room.
Oh.
Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely
gone. It is completely gone.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door.
Oh, hey.
There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
Okay.
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you?
I'm going to. That is the only other thing to do besides doing nothing, okay? Except for listen to you random on for about 3 minutes at a time. And if anything, if those lights represent every single time that you're going to say something, I might not just actually stick around and just listen to all of it.
I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, so why does it matter what the freak they say? If you like it, then forget what people say. See, this is kind of the same thing that I tell my wife sometimes. Sometimes you just need a good dose of DGAF. And DGAF stands for don't give a freak what people say. Or just don't give a, just don't. Because what matters is just what you think, right? About yourself. When it comes down to, like, you, yourself, right? Doesn't matter what other people think, right? If you don't like it, then that's what's important to you. And you should make the change that you are needing in order for you to like it. For example, there was a time to where...
Just your decision.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me think of a time here. Yes. High school. So, high school, I decided that I was going to be a cheerleader. And this is after playing football for years. I actually did both, right? But people, obviously, that are not well-cultured into the... They're not well-cultured. That's a terrible way to phrase it. For the people that don't know, men in cheerleading is actually not an uncommon thing, right? And
those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head.
I didn't know that. I was like, okay,
why was it so important for me?
I always grew up with cheerleading as a girl sport, right? So, but then I discovered stunting, and then I was like, I think it'd be cool to do a backflip, and then didn't hurt that there's a whole bunch of cute girls there too, saying, lying to my face, saying, oh, you're good at this, oh, you should totally do this. Oh, it was funny. But, like, my sisters were a cheerleader, or were cheerleaders. A few of them, and I was helping my sister out, or my stepsister out at the time, and she needed to bring a guy to the what do you call it? They call it open gym, where you just throw stunts, you tumbling, you cheer or not cheer, you throw your skills, right? Learn stunts, and it's actually pretty cool. So if you ever thought about doing cheerleading, and you're a guy, do it, because when you learn how to stunt, that stuff is pretty cool. But that's beside the point. So obviously, it was a very interesting... Oh, you know what? I don't think I've actually told the story of how I got into cheer. Well, if I have to stick around on this guy again, I will have to tell that story.
Surely you'll not be moved by my... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
I'm back.
Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again.
Oh,
Stanley,
now we got one mic.
I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
Okay, so getting back to DGAF, because he's obviously going to keep talking. So,
just talking, but it isn't standing.
Let me finish the point about DGAF real quick. So, the DGAF, right? So, I was doing something that was culturally, like,
that someone was listening.
weird, so to speak. It's just not normal in the culture that I grew up in, kind of a thing. It was weird, I guess, for some people, and they just couldn't grasp why, or they just thought I'd have perverted intentions or something like that, But no, it was actually something that I thought it was like, oh, if I could do this, like, this would be cool. And it's something that is me, myself, and just, unique. It was different, opened my eyes to a whole different world, which is pretty cool. So, that was like one of the big instances of DGAF. Although, I'm not going to lie, I was worried about what my dad's thoughts were about it. Just because I'd be the first male cheerleader in my family. And,
I can't lose myself in a stretch of emptiness.
It's a different thing. But, no, actually, being super surprised. He was actually super cool with it. And I was like, oh, cool. So, like, you're cool with it, then cool, And that's all I really needed was just kind of like his approval a little bit on that one. Well, I hate to phrase it like that, but I was worried about what he thought. But he was cool about it. He's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. you know, and then, you know, football was still the focus, but, you know,
I am truly and
completely, you know, just
I am a being. I
get
am
experience in other things, other sports,
I am
is pretty
being
cool.
listened to. I
So,
am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed,
but yeah,
and
ever
I feel
since then,
right now like I am
kind of
not
had
a work
and it's a good thing that I had
feel
some
as though
D-gap
I
going on there
occupy
too,
space in
because
this world again,
honestly,
and
with
I've cast a shadow onto the
there's
wall.
some people
You see
that
what I'm
actually
saying, don't you?
hated the idea
You can
that I
see
was
what this means to me.
a
I'm so
cheerleader,
clear about
and
it
I
now,
don't know if it was
Stanley.
just because I was
feel
hanging
as
out with
certain about
their
this as I've
girlfriends or
ever
something
felt
like
about
that on
anything
the
at all.
regular.
I feel renewed.
You know, it was more like in practice and stuff like
I can
that.
sense the
You know,
looming
and it
silence
wasn't.
as you will press the button for the
It's not
next
like
time. What a terrible
fired up
dread
or
it
anything like
strokes
that.
from my heart to think of it. To think of returning
Even
to
though
such
it's a pretty
coldness.
funny
Come,
joke kind of a
let
thing,
us sit
but
in silence
yeah,
together here for just a moment.
people didn't like it,
Let us
and I'm like, I don't care.
anticipate it. Let us
I like
welcome
it. That's what's important
Let
to
us
me.
not
And if you
run
don't like
from
it, then you know, that's on you, not me. And that's kind of what I carried on with a lot of things. What was it? What would be another example? Oh, I guess it's time to do another button.
Oh, hello. It's you.
Oh.
You're here again. Welcome.
Yes.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
Getting
to
there.
begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning
Look at
wheel
this.
of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Okay.
Days, months.
You're just gonna keep
I lost
going.
it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside,
another instance of
what took
DGAF.
its place is what I can only
And
describe as the collapse of every moment I
and the
have
people
ever
that I
experienced my
liked
entire
and dated.
life.
Some
All of
people
them
did not like
collapsed down into a single
my
instant.
girlfriends that I've
instant,
had
I could
in the
see
past, kind of a
myself
thing,
clearly,
and
calmly, with a collected
I didn't really
heart.
care about
It
that.
was an impossibly
Just
rich
because, like,
wellspring
okay,
of both
well, you
delight
know,
and disgust
just
simultaneously.
is what it is on that.
I was consumed by it.
And
I could do nothing but wallow in it for what
it's not like
felt
you're
like an
dating her.
eternity.
I
But
am,
what I
and
now know was
I like
far
her, and
less.
that's
You
all
see,
that really
it was
matters
a
at this point.
revelation
So
for me. It was
whatever,
unlike
you know.
anything I had ever known.
So
It was a space
there was
without
that, and
consequence,
I guess that's kind of
without
where I've
action
learned to
or
be like.
outcome. It was divorced entirely from
Well,
the
I
question
think
of
I
free
actually picked
will
this up from my
that you and
dad,
I
right?
squabbled over for
Because
so
this
long.
is one thing
There could
that
be
I've learned
no
from him.
one
You love
ending, no
fiercely.
singular outcome of events.
You know, if
Not
it's
all events
if it's somebody that you
existed at the
love,
same
you
moment.
love them
And I felt
fiercely. Meaning that if people don't
I
like
felt
it, then so the
unburdened by
freak
the
let.
need
That's their
to
problem.
manifest a particular
All that
outcome
matters
into
is that
being.
you love that
I
person,
saw
and that's
that I
it.
could allow
You know.
myself to exist
And
along
then
all timelines,
I
and that
learned
each of them
to,
was
with my
simply
mom,
a
to
strand
cherish.
in the
So, you
web
know,
of my being.
fiercely,
It was
lovingly
incredible.
cherish
The
somebody
spaciousness,
is
the
kind of what I've
equanimity of the moment,
learned.
both
So,
singular
and still trying to
infinite.
work to being better at
For
it.
the longest
Because, you
time,
know, being
this was
married for
my
only a few years, I'm
experience.
still a
And
rookie
then, this
in the
moment
game, so to
passed,
speak.
and the most
But,
unyielding
you know,
fear I have ever known crept into
just
my
trying to
mind. And it is this
teach my
sensation
wife a little
that I have
bit.
been
Or not
experiencing
necessarily
now
teach her,
for
but, you know,
longer than
help
I
her with
could
her
have ever
DGAF on
expected
things
was
that,
possible.
you know,
I have been waiting for you.
not to like
Not
put her
that you
business
might
out there,
save
but,
me
you
or
know,
do something to fix it, but
she
merely
likes
state
to
for
help
you
people
the
and
plain fact of this manner of existence.
I don't want to say
I wish
please
you'd
people
feel
kind of a thing,
afraid as I
but, you
do,
know, she likes
that
to
perhaps
help people
one
and because
day
she loves
this
to help
state
people
of
like that.
mind will
And
consume
when
you
people
as
have,
well. Perhaps
you know,
you
when
will
they
somehow,
reject that
in
kind
some
of
way, have to live as I do now.
care and
And I
love and
wish
stuff
for
like
you
that,
to
sometimes
know how
it's kind of hard for
excruciating
her
it is, and for
to
you
deal
to be in
with. And,
true terror of its
you know,
eventual arrival. If I can
but
only do this, only
she's
this
grown to
one
be
thing, perhaps
more
it will bring me the smallest moment of
more
peace
DGAF
in the darkness.
when it comes to those things. Because I'm just like, oh, you know what? Hey, whatever. Because at the end of the day, it's just me and you. Me, you, and the Lord. The big three. So, okay, now that he's done talking again, skip! Oh. We still in here. Do we got a door? Oh my gosh. I just realized I've been monologuing like that guy. But more, I mean, I'm telling stories though. Oh, I guess he's the narrator, so he's telling the story too. But still, at the same time, it's just like, you know, skip. Ooh, that fell. What's the beeping? What's with the beeping? Okay. So I guess I'm supposed to hit the button again. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't miss anything important when I was doing my own storytelling. Skip!
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Really?
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands.
You're still going on about them dang reviews, my guy?
First, he didn't entertain us. Now he won't shut up. It's
Kevin,
the inconsistency. It's the lack
we're
of
gonna talk about
accountability.
DGAF, my
it's
guy.
the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world.
It's okay.
As though there
If
were
they
no
don't like
consequences
it,
for
that's
a
okay.
lack of cohesion in one's assessment
That's okay
of
for
others.
them to
But
do.
of course, absolutely
You
anyone
put it out
can
there,
leave a review. So here's what
and
we
you
get.
expose
We get
yourself
these
to risk.
demands that seek
And that's
everything
okay.
and are accountable to nothing.
like I
We
said,
get a world where someone will say, oh,
what's
there
important
should be a skip button.
is
You
if
should
you
be
like
able
it.
to freeze Stanley
If
in
you
place
like it,
while the narrator sits there forever
then
and ever.
everything
We
else
want
doesn't
all
really
of this
matter.
in the new Stanley
Because
parable.
it's something
We
you're proud
demand
of.
it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness.
Where did the beeping thing go?
In effect,
what was beeping?
we have demanded that our
I know
entertainment be
clocks.
the collapse of ourselves.
Those clocks don't beep.
What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Not liking
They've
that.
been jealous of me this whole
There are
time.
them,
They are mired
bad
in fear and
reviews.
insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves that they couldn't help but leave a negative review on pressurized.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me.
Ooh.
Perhaps the state of their psychological being was
You got bars now, bro.
And my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down.
Yes.
This, you can see,
and
is
luckily,
clearly why they
you're
felt
the one that
need
can
to
do you could take it. Nobody else.
That it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor.
Yep.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
All right.
But where are the jokes?
There you go. There you go. You okay, buddy? You good? You were looping again. Ooh. You were looping again. You were looping, but you're probably, I dare say, even spiraling. Spiral looping. Because of the bad reviews from pressurized gas. Maybe it's, is that a joke on, like, a fart or, like, crappy review or something like that? I don't know. Skip!
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
never
the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
what's that one song?
is never the end, is never
I'm
the
gonna
end, is never
I'd
the
rather be
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
I could be brown, I could be pink, I could be I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be pink, I could be brown, okay, we get the point.
End is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Skip. Silence again? Okay. I have an idea when I actually pull this video and edit it. I'm probably just going to have to do, like, cuts. I'm going to cut through most of this here. Skip! Whoosh. You okay, buddy? You were spiraling again and spiral looping. You were just, repeating that loading screen a lot. I decided to skip that crap, and then before I knew it, a corner of the room, and, you know, I'd probably say a good, almost 50% of that wall is gone. So, you know, as much as I give you a crap about your monologuing and just going on and on and on and on and on and on and on, you need somebody to talk to, my guy. I will be here until you repeat yourself more than 2 times. And then I will skip. Hey, there's a light. Still no door. Oh, the fan's out. Oh, no wonder you went crazy. You've been hotboxing in this room for way too long. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can still crouch. Oh, now I'm teabag walking. Not good. Skip! Oh, look at this! Apparently when you grow green stuff in your room, it turns your room green. Now I'm getting some Nier Automata vibes right here. Is it automata or is it automata? Or automata? I don't know. Yokotaro, hit me back on that one there. Oh. What the f... Where'd my trees go? I was having a nursery in my room. It was giving me some color. You just don't grow a forest in a corner of your room and lose it in one day. Well, how long has it been, though? Well, my clock is covered up. I still can crouch. So not too old yet. Skip! Zombie apocalypse now? Meow. It's like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Meow. Wouldn't that be hilarious if he showed up in this? Just a cameo and just like, hey there, I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. And one thing, you know what? I don't really follow Neil deGrasse Tyson that much, but I do love how passionate he is about what does he do again? Is he an astrophysicist or something like that? I don't know. Whatever he does, he's very passionate about, and that's very nice. Skip. Oh, hey, look at that. The room is tilted. Fan still doesn't work. The skip button is no longer operational. Oh, shizzle my nizzle. We are in the desert. I know what I said. We just ended up in the desert in near Automata. Automaton. Alright. Well, let's just go walk into the desert. I still can bend my knees, so let's go. Why that's important? I don't know. Oh, shizzle my nizzle. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh, we are back! Oh my gosh. Oh man. What is going on? Alright. Well, this has probably been a really long stream, so I am probably going to stop on this one and maybe start another one. I don't know. I'm going to get a bowl of cereal. That was a really long one. So if there's anything that you learned, or want to take away, that's the key thing. Just remember, if you find yourself spiraling down and looping into despair because of something that somebody said about something that you made that you really like, just remember, in the correct portions and in the correct places, DGAF is going to help you out so much. And if it's something that you like, then that is absolutely fine. But other people, they don't have to like it. And if they don't, then maybe it's a question of taste, or they have questionable judgment. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this. Just remember, the correct portions of DGAF in the correct places will help you from spiraling and looping like Kevin did. Because I don't know what the freak happened to him, but I'm sure as soon as I step out the door, he's going to be like, oh, guess what? Your coworkers are gone. I'm going to be like, yo, we're going to act like we just didn't spend like a whole year and some change hotboxing in this really dark room that lost the door somehow because I kept using the skip button. You going to act like that never happened? Right. Anyways, until next time. Later. Huh, that was only an hour and 38 minutes.